I guess no one got a chance to tell you, little man. You're not supposed to turn that sprinkle on until after you put your diaper on.
I've never been quite so up close and personal with that kind of thing, having only had girls. Oh, I'm sorry, Chad. Of course I had a little boy. I just never got a chance to take care of you when you were a baby. Still, those precious moments that we would have shared were stolen from me. From both of us.
Boo-hoo-hoo. Oh, poor Eve thinks life's cheated her out of all the special little boy mommy moments with her son, Chad. And it has. Till she sees what's in store for the tiny lad Chad's adopted and doesn't even know is his own son. And Dora? And Dora? You little scamp. You've been upstairs rummaging in my trunk, haven't you? Huh? You get those things off right now, before any muggles drop by and start asking questions. I've told you, we can accomplish much more witchery dressed in normal civilian attire, like mine. Oh, we don't want to give everything away by flouncing around in uniform, do we? Oh, my naughty, clever girl. Come on, come with Mummy. Let's look in the bowl and see how much worse things can get for Whitney, huh? Hmm?
Whitney, drinking isn't gonna help anything.
You want to bet? No, I'm gonna get so smashed tonight, I'm not gonna remember a thing. And you know what? Actually, this is the first time I've actually felt safe tonight. I know I'm not gonna run into anybody that's gonna give me a lecture about my baby. Not Chad, not my parents, especially not Fox.
Well, 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 look who's here. I'm not leaving till she tells me why she signed away my son.
Sorry, I know that was your request.
It's okay. It's gonna take a lot more than just hearing our song to make things right with Sam again.
Even my mother can be right every once in a while.
I just don't think that taking Jane away from Teresa is the way to punish her.
Honey, Jane is your child. You have just as much right to her as Teresa does, and probably more considering all the horrible things she's done to me. Ethan, she robbed me of any chance I will ever have to be a mother. She has custody of little Ethan now, and now she's trying to keep me in jail for the rest of my life? I don't know, maybe that's what you want too.
Honey, no, that's not what I want. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail to get those charges dropped. I will.
Give me a reason to want to stay out of jail, Ethan. Give me Jane. I promise you I will be a better mother to her than Teresa ever could be.
You can't keep saying that Marty is your son. And you can't keep accusing Beth of kidnapping you and of stealing your baby, okay? And if you keep it up, you know Beth's not gonna let you see Marty anymore.
Marty is your son. She can't keep him from us. Unless you don't think that I should be around him. Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe, you know, you should be apart from him for a little while.
No!
But just until you can get over this.
Please, there's nothing for me to get over. Marty is my son. My God, I just didn't think that the man that I loved, I wouldn't believe me or trust me. I mean, I knew that I would have to fight Beth over Marty, but I never thought that I would have to fight you too.
Interesting, this
Baby business is finally going to split Sheridan and Luis. Aren't you glad we stayed? Uh-huh. We have front row seats to watch Sheridan and Luis crash and burn.
What are you doing here?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
I just remembered. I promised I would stop by the club tonight to talk to the new manager. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. Because I could use a drink or two.
Yeah, maybe it'll help take our minds off this mess with Whitney's baby. At least until tomorrow.
That is a nice thought, but I doubt it. I'm just so afraid that Whitney is going to follow in the same footsteps as her mother. I mean, what on earth would possess her to give away her own baby?
I can't answer that, TC.
You don't have to, sweetheart, because I am not going to let this injustice fly. I am getting my grandson back if it's the last thing I ever do.
You'll never know how much I thought about you. How desperately I wanted to find you and be a mother to you.
Yeah. Well, that would have been nice.
Let's not dwell on the past. We all have each other now. Your mother and I both want to make up for all the time you lost, Chad.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a total waste. You know, at least I learned how to survive on my own. Which is a skill it looks like I'm gonna need nowadays, the way people are feeling about me.
You certainly don't mean your mother and me.
No, I mean Whitney and Fox and Liz and TC and everybody else in Harmony. You know what? I don't care. As long as they don't take their anger at me out on my little boy.
Of course they won't. I'm sure they'll appreciate how well you're taking care of the baby.
That mean you're on my side now? You support me adopting Whitney's baby? Yeah, I thought not. You know, why don't you till you get going wherever you were headed? You know, find some other people to compare notes with.
We're not interested in comparing notes. We're just concerned about your motivation. Did you really adopt this baby just so that you could get back with Whitney?
Fox Crane, man of mystery. I haven't seen you in months.
Hey, Lola.
Not so fast. How are you?
Oh my God. You know, we should get out of here.
No, I don't want to leave. We just got here.
Let's go to the table. Come on.
I'll be right back. What the hell?
Still don't see why we had to leave the bar. This is better, Whitney. It's much better.
What's going on here, Father? I want the truth.
I beg your pardon, Sheridan.
Haven't you caused me enough grief already? And now you're following me and Luis?
Following you? I'm afraid that your paranoia is making a comeback, my dear. I stopped by here to have a drink, that's all.
By yourself?
I didn't think that was a crime.
Well, if you're alone, why are there 2 champagne glasses in front of you? Who are you with, Alistair?
Watch closely now, my little pumpkin. They catch sight of Beth under the table. Even Luis will know they're trying to hide something. And then maybe he'll start believing Sheridan. Hmm? Oh, I know. Beth didn't have to hide like that. They could have bluffed their way out of that awkward moment, said they'd bumped into each other accidentally, or they were meeting to discuss finances of the book cafe or something. But you see... Am I boring you? That's what guilt does to human beings. They run around working overtime, trying to cover up their digressions. And then, when they're busted, it just makes matters worse. Yeah. All Luis has to do is catch Beth hiding. And then he'll start believing Sheridan's theory about Beth being the kidnapper.
I asked you a question, old man. Who are you drinking champagne with?
What'll it be? Scotch on the rocks, if you would. Keep 'em coming.
Fox? Honey, what are you doing here?
Well, I should be asking you the same question. Where's Sam?
Oh, I'm not here with Sam. I'm alone.
You're here alone, drinking by yourself at a club at this hour. Mom, you should be at home, folding laundry or something.
Home. Wherever that is. Okay, I promised myself no self-pity.
All right, what's going on?
What's going on, Fox, is that I have lost everything.
Must run in the family.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, I've lost Whitney. And I've lost my son. Pretty much everything that ever mattered.
Yeah. So am I.
You know, I still can't believe I found my daughter with that club owner, Spike.
Sam, you must have lost your mind.
I would have killed him. If someone wouldn't have held me back, I'd be in jail right now. Not that it wouldn't have been worth it.
No, no, Sam, it wouldn't have been worth it. Your daughters need you.
A lot of good I've done for them. Kay spends most of her time over at Tabitha's. And I failed as a father to Jessica. I just can't believe I didn't see the signs.
Sammy, you're not in this whole thing by yourself, man. You got Ivy. Now, I'm not crazy about Ivy, but she's there to help you. She loves you. She'll help you get through this.
I don't think so. I used to think that Ivy was in my corner. She fooled me again. She's just made things worse.
Will you do it? Will you find a way to take Jane away from Teresa?
Honey, I just wish we didn't have to talk about this tonight.
You're stalling. Ethan, why? Honey, are you telling me that you don't want to go after Teresa, that you don't want me to meet Jane's mother?
We're waiting, Alistair.
Since when is my social life any of your business? What am I supposed to do? Phone you up and ask your permission if I want to entertain a lady friend?
If you're out on a date, Father, that's fine. But why did you say you were alone?
Have you ever heard the word discretion, my dear? She'll be coming from the powder room any moment now, and we were enjoying our time alone and together, if you don't mind.
Well, don't worry. Sheridan and I have no interest in joining you.
Excellent. Finally, we see eye to eye on something.
Let's go.
You can come out now.
All right, that is it. I am leaving right now.
You are my passion for life.
Excuse us if we're a little concerned about why you adopted Whitney's baby.
You admitted it was because of your feelings for the mother of this baby.
Yeah, I won't deny it.
As much as I've tried to make those feelings disappear, it's not happening. I still love Whitney. As more than just a half-sister, and if that turns everybody off, I'm sorry.
Yes, but you do realize that those feelings and that relationship can't go anywhere, at least not romantically.
I mean, if you think that having custody of Whitney's baby will bring her back to you in that way, I think you're wrong.
Maybe I am. But I still do it all over again. I still adopt this little baby.
Why, if it's not going to bring you closer to Whitney?
Because it's a baby. That's why. A baby whose mother doesn't want him, and I know a little something about that. I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you how it is. I have a lot in common with this little guy. I mean, from the moment he first got here, he wasn't like other kids. His mother didn't want him. He was being fought over by 10 different people for 10 different reasons. I've loved him from when I first heard he was on his way. Those feelings have only gotten stronger since he was born. Now, I don't care what other people think. I know deep down in my heart that I could be the kind of father this baby needs and deserves.
Even without a mother?
It's better to have one parent who loves you with all his heart than two who only do it halfway. You know, you guys don't need to hear a dissertation from me, and I don't need to justify my actions.
No, you're right. You don't. Your father and I would just very much like to understand.
Okay. I was a baby who fell through the cracks. No one's fault. It's the way it went down. And I wound up in foster care. I lost count of how many families took me in until I decided the streets were a more permanent option. What's that saying? Look back, but just don't stare. You know what that means? That means learn from your past. Don't wallow in it. And this baby right here is how I'm making my history count for something. You see, he and I share a connection no one else could possibly have. And either you get that or you don't. And frankly, I don't care, because the only opinion that matters to me is his.
I think I understand now. I really do.
I still don't see why we had to leave the bar.
Because this is...
What?
Ethan's here. I'm gonna go to him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you out of your mind? He's with Gwen. You know, the woman you're trying to put in jail for the next 30 or so years? What are you gonna do, go over there and say, hey, how's it going? Come on. Even you're not that delusional, are you?
I just want him to know that I'm not mad at him.
Ethan doesn't give a damn. He's the one that's mad at you. Just like Fox is mad at me. Face it, both of our lives are a complete disaster, and not a whole hell of a lot we can do about it.
Well, we can start by slowing down the drinks, Whitney, you know, because this isn't really like you.
I don't know what you're talking about, because getting drunk to escape reality runs in my genes. Why don't you ask my mother about that? Oh, except she'd probably be sleeping around with every guy when she was in clubs like this. You know, why don't I just take up after her on that as well? It might take me a couple more drinks to find the right guy to take home, but hey, I got all night, don't I? Excuse me. Can I have another drink, please? Long Island iced tea, thank you.
Are you telling me that you're unwilling to take Teresa to court to get custody of Jane?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm trying to figure out some kind of strategy, some kind of plan. And now is not the time, and now is not the place. But I need another drink. Would you like one?
Can we not fight about this anymore, please?
Meaning you refuse to believe what I know is true in my heart.
What, that Beth is some sort of psychotic, murdering, kidnapping freak? I'm sorry if I'm not jumping on the bandwagon.
Even though I'm telling you that I know she's the one.
Look, Sheridan, it's not that simple.
I guess that's your answer then.
Come on. Listen, can you just try and understand where I'm coming from, okay? I've known Beth since high school. She's been nothing but a good and loyal friend to me.
Okay, for starters, you are absolutely blind if you think that that's all you are to her, because she has been in love with you since high school. She wanted to marry you.
Come on, that's totally in the past.
It's not that past. When you thought I was dead, you almost married her again, and who's to say that she's not still madly in love with you?
Well, that's crazy. I'd know it if she were.
Okay, you would not be the first man to be totally clueless towards a woman's feelings about him.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Because what you're saying is totally and completely implausible.
Doesn't mean I'm not right. But you know what? This doesn't matter. The bottom line is either you believe Beth or you believe me.
And pretend to find you in those that I meet.
The worst part is, after Grace left, I let myself feel something for another woman.
Sammy, Ivy was your first girlfriend. You can't beat yourself up over that.
I was just lonely. And I overlooked something that was right in front of my face. I mean, I should have known Ivy was the last person to give them as a role model. Not only did she betray me tonight with her lies, she let my daughter down in the worst possible way. I'll never forgive her. Never.
Chad is adopting Whitney's baby, but you're the father.
I know. That's what I tried to tell the adoption lady, but she seems to think that everything's legal and finalized, you know, because Whitney had my power of attorney.
Oh, Fox.
I know. It's stupid. You know, I never should have given it to her in the first place, but how was I to know she'd use it that way?
Well, we'll think of something, okay? We'll talk to Ethan. We'll have him file a lawsuit.
Yeah, well, Ethan or no Ethan, I'm getting my son back. There's no way I'm gonna let Chad Harris get away with this sick maneuver.
Well, I know you're upset with him, but it isn't sick that he wants to raise the baby.
Well, you don't know why he adopted him. He adopted my son so we get close to Whitney.
Again?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's still in love with his half-sister. There's no way in hell I'm gonna let a guy like that raise my son. It's not gonna happen.
It's safe now. Baby witch though you are, there are some things that mortals do that are just too profane. I'll explain it all to you later when you're older. Right now, we'll check in on Alistair and Beth. Oh, good grief. Oh, more inter-family lust. Well, at least those two heathens don't know that they're father and daughter yet.
No offense, Alistair, but you're not going to be distracting me like this. I know Louise and Sheridan are still here in the club. We've got to get out of here.
We are not going to get out of here until I say we get out of here. That is, of course, if you want me to call back Sheridan and Louise. I mean, I think they'd be very interested in hearing how you pulled off the grand kidnapping of Sheridan and the tiny baby.
You wouldn't.
Oh, yes, I would. I do what I like, whenever I like. So you just simmer down and enjoy our evening out. I certainly am. I mean, look around you, all of the tension and suffering of our fellow townsfolk. And here we sit above it all, sipping champagne, looking forward to a mutually exciting, long night.
I'm not sure about this.
Oh, can't you forget Luis, that idiot, for one night?
Yes, of course, but I don't...
But what? I mean, don't you realize that I can have any woman in the world and I chose you? Do you know why? Because I thought we had something in common. I never met a woman who thought the same way as I did. That's why I think we are going to be very, very good together. Very good.
Jen, hey! Gwen, I am so glad that you're still here. Why? What's wrong? Well, things have gone from bad to worse. I've lost my son, and now it looks like I've lost Luis, all because of Beth.
He still won't believe that Marty's your son.
No. And now, because I've had this DNA test done, he thinks I'm completely insane. But I know that I'm right. I've never been more certain of anything in my life.
Look, all I know is that I wouldn't put anything past Beth. I never trusted her whole sweet and innocent act.
Oh, so help me God, Gwen, that woman better steer clear of me, because I swear, if I see her, I will kill her.
You guys mind watching him for a minute? His pacifier's in the other room.
No, not at all.
What are we gonna do, Julian?
Well, you heard Chad.
I have no doubt that he really does love the little boy.
Well, maybe we're looking too far ahead. Maybe we should just take things one step at a time and deal with what's in front of us, like being part of this little guy's life.
God, he's so beautiful.
Oh.
So precious and so innocent. God, please save him from all the mistakes that we've made. If only I'd had the courage to just tell people that we'd had a son together.
Don't go back there, Eve. It won't do anyone, especially this little baby, any good for us to punish ourselves for things we can't undo. And besides, even if we told everyone about a relationship, Chad and Whitney would still have fallen in love, and this baby would have been born. I think he was meant to be. Problems and all.
Chad should know. He should know that the baby he's adopted is really his own flesh and blood son.
What about Fox?
Oh, God, poor Fox. I feel so sorry for him. He has the right to know that this child he's so desperate to get custody of is not even his child.
He thinks I don't give a damn about him, but I do. It just kills me to see him torn up over a baby that isn't even his.
Thank you.
You give your hand to me.
You know, you can stop judging me with your eyes anytime.
Well, you know what? I have every right to be worried, Whitney, because I've never seen you so hell-bent on blocking out reality.
Well, get used to it. Because I think I found myself a new hobby.
Can we just go home, please?
What? And miss out on all the fun? If you don't like it, leave.
No, Whitney. No.
We're best friends. We stick together no matter what. Well, this is my no matter what. So either quit harping on me or take a hike, because I'm not leaving till I let loose tonight.
Gwen, I am just so furious and frustrated that I swear if I see Beth, I'll kill her with my bare hands.
Honey, I know how you feel. I felt the same way about Teresa. The only difference is she made the colossal mistake of walking into my path and I acted on it.
When you tried to kill her?
Yes, but it wasn't worth it. Because now she's waltzing around with a baby that should be mine, and I'm looking at spending 30 years or so in jail. I could be paying for my frustration for the rest of my life.
I'm so sorry. I just wish that there was some way that I could prove that Beth is the one that kidnapped me and stole my baby and is raising him as her own.
But how is that? I mean, you said yourself the DNA test results proved that she is Marty's mother.
But they're wrong. I don't know how, but I just know that they're wrong. Look, I was in Beth's basement tonight, and I got this feeling that I had been there before. Not recently, but a long time ago. More like around the time when I was kidnapped. And I had gotten the feeling once before when I was down there, but I just shook it off because I thought I was crazy. But now I know that I'm not. That is where I was held captive by that clown.
Well, look, have you spoken to Luis about it?
Yeah, time and time again, and he doesn't believe me.
I can definitely understand your frustration. It's the same thing with Ethan. I always told him that I thought Teresa was a threat, and he didn't believe me, and it was so obvious to me.
What about now?
He says he finally sees her for what she is, and I hope that he means that.
I'd settle for that. If Luis would just believe me with this one important thing in my life, my child. I mean, how can I be with him if he trusts Beth more than he trusts me?
Maybe you should ask Luis that yourself.
Chance that you might love me too.
You know, Chad, you're doing really good with the basics, but there are a few baby-friendly items that you're going to need, and some of them you're going to need right away.
You know, I wish I could run out to the store right now, but I want to get the baby to sleep.
Well, if you want to go shopping, we'll watch the baby.
Yeah, Chad, I'll go with you. Give Eve a chance to bond with her grandson.
Okay, we'll be back soon, okay?
Okay. Oh, sweetheart. Come here. Oh, oh, baby. Come here. Yes. Do you know that right now we should all be just celebrating your arrival and it should just be the happiest time for everybody. But it's not. And that's because Whitney is too ashamed of having had a baby by her half-brother, so she will not tell your daddy that he's your real father. Yeah, I know. But you know one thing? None of this, none of this is your fault. You are beautiful, and you're pure, and you're innocent, and you are everything that is good in the world. And your grandmother is going to safeguard your future with her life. I promise you that. I just hope that I can do it and keep Whitney's secret at the same time. Oh, baby. God, what will it take for her to understand that secrets always come out? Yeah.
She can hope and pray all she wants, Endora. But she's right about one thing. This little tidbit will come out. And sooner than she thinks. Oh, just wait until everyone knows that Chad is the real father of that baby, and Fox is not.
So Sam kicked me out of the house, and now he never wants to see me again.
Mom, I'm sorry.
I came so close, Fox. You know, after all those years in a loveless marriage with your father, I thought, finally, I'm gonna be happy.
You know, Sam's still upset about Jessica, you know? I mean, maybe he'll feel better in the morning.
No, I don't think he ever really got over losing Grace.
Well, I don't see how that's your fault. I mean, she's the one that ran off and left him for that other guy, right?
Yeah.
So, give him a chance, you know? I mean, call me a fool, but I still believe that true love conquers all.
Does that mean you're still holding out hope for Whitney?
Yeah, I'm trying to. You know, I'm really trying to. It's just, I don't understand anything that she does, you know? I mean, here she is. She's the mother of my child. And she throws the child away like it means nothing. And then not only that, she acts like she never wants to see me again. It's not my ego talking. I just really don't get it, you know? I knew it. I knew she was still here.
Fox, maybe she just doesn't want to talk to you.
Really? Well, that's too bad. Chad's got my son because of the choices that she made. I want some answers.
Oh, Endora, get that for me, darling. Oh, rats and bats. What am I thinking? You can't get that, can you? Well, of course you could, actually, but, who's ever on the other end would think it rather odd that a toddler is so precocious. However, you could save Mummy by, giving it to me over here. Oh, thank you, my little witchy one. Hello, Lennox residence. Edna? Edna Wallace? Oh, this is a surprise. Norma? Oh, I haven't heard hide nor hair of her since that horrifying incident at Yuletide. What? Come over to your place? Why? Oh, an emergency with Beth. Oh, well, yes, dear, I suppose I can manage a quick visit. Yes, I'll be over shortly, Edna. I really had no intention of going anywhere tonight, Endora. But Edna Wallace has good reason to be concerned about Alistair and Beth. They don't know that they're father and daughter, and who knows what they could get up to tonight. That Wallace hag can wait. first I have to get a gander on what's going on here.
Didn't know you were there.
I'm not gonna let you run out of here all upset.
Luis, we have said everything there is to say.
No, we haven't. And do you realize what you're asking me to believe?
You know, it might seem that way to you, but I know with every fiber of my being that Beth is the one that kidnapped me and held me in her basement.
All by herself?
I haven't figured that part out yet. All I know is that she took Marty from me after I gave birth to him, and she's passing him off as her own now.
Sheridan.
You know what? Either you're with me on this or you're not. Somehow I'm gonna prove it to you.
I want to help you.
No, I don't want your help. Not if you're just gonna do it to make me feel better.
Guys, maybe you should just let this go for tonight, okay? Don't let it come between you.
Gwen, it's not that simple. Right? You should understand more than anyone that every second that my baby is with that monster, it's unbearable for me.
You realize what you're asking me to believe? That Beth is a cold-blooded criminal? Now look, if I go after her, and it turns out that I'm wrong, she'll sue me for harassment.
Marty is my child, and I will do everything in my power to prove it. But will you?
I want to believe you, okay? I just don't believe that I can be that wrong about Beth.
Look, okay, whatever you want, let's just go.
No,
I don't want someone to spot us here.
No. And what? Miss the closing curtain? Our night of bliss can wait a tad longer, especially concerning what may happen.
What are you talking about?
All the lies and secrets, we're surrounded by them. I wouldn't be surprised if someone in our midst committed murder tonight. Now, you wouldn't want to miss that, would you?
I wouldn't miss it for the world. And I know who's buying a one-way ticket to hell. Even if they don't.
You know the truth, Beth. You're the one that kidnapped me, and you stole my baby.
You cannot be fooled by Teresa again. And then you have to ask yourself, is that the kind of mother you want for Jane?